Welcome to Galaxy of Comics, brought to you by Star Wars, Marvel, and more. If you like comics, games, both board and video, anything geek culture streaming on TV and on the big screen, then you came to the right place. My comic haul of the week is next in 3, 2, 1. Hey there, comic book brothers and sisters. This is Galaxy of Comics, brought to you by Star Wars, Marvel, and more. I'm your guide, Dave. Join me as I trek across this big comic book universe. Our first stop, my first weekly haul show. Before we do, though, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I want you to be a part of my comic book journey. Now let's get started. This week, I bought like 9 comics. I'm not your big comic book hoarder. I don't have the money. I'm just getting started. I am bringing back my youth with adult money is basically what I'm doing. And my first goal is to come away with Amazing Spiderman 300. I am working on that. I know what I want. I'm going to go get it. But as I do, I am going to grow my collection, and hopefully my first major comic book in my personal grails, and that is Amazing Spider-Man 300. I have Amazing Spider-Man 299, but I'll talk about that later in a later show. But this is my first comic haul of the week. It's like 9 comics, but let's get started. I went and got, I found this in my local comic store. I love him. His name is Brian. He is a manager there. He works there 6 days a week. He's a wealth of information. He's amazing. I hope he's listening to this. He is the one that tells me what things are, reminds me of stuff that I forgot about 20 years ago because I went on a hiatus where I haven't bought a comic in 20 years, and now I'm back doing it. This is my first show talking about comics. Let's get started. Now, the reason why I got Purple Hulk here is that's my mascot on my shows. Hashtag Purple Hulk. My media, my social media is My Galaxy of Comics on Instagram. I just started that. I already got 500 followers, and I'm slowly putting my comic books on there for people to look at. TikTok, I am Star Wars, Marvel, and more. All-encompassing TikTok show. I have 14,000 followers there. Star Wars, Marvel, and more on Twitter. It's growing. I don't put a whole lot on there. I don't do it as much. I am really going to focus on Instagram and YouTube, but those are my social media. Let's get rid of social media Hulk there. My first comic, and the Into the Spider-Verse movie's coming out, and they came out and said that Spot is going to be a villain in there, which is a unique villain. Apparently he can do little portals all over the place. He's not pictured on this. I think he's pictured on, 98 and 99. I'm not positive, but this particular comic is a first full appearance in his Spectacular Spider-Man 97, first full appearance of Jonathan Owen. He becomes the Spot in the next issue. First and only appearance of Timothy Quayle as the Hermit. Apparently, this is the only time he's ever been seen. Here's what we get. So, I'd found this again at Phil's Comics. Brian, I kept asking him about it, and sure enough, he had a copy that was only $3, and honestly, it don't look too bad. This is a comic right here. I know it's glare, so I just put up an image of the photo. So I'm basically already have it for sale. Go check my Instagram, but I got it because the movie's coming out. It was I only got it for $3. I am trying to get Amazing Spider-Man 300, and this is how I'm doing it. Finding a little find like this. Now, the next comic is Amazing Spider-Man 622. This is the death Martine Bencroft, the vampire girlfriend of Morbius, killed after Morbius pushes her into a wooden stake held by Spider-Man. I got it because the cover's awesome. And Brian, again, I got this at my local comic store. That is my friendly local LCS. Brian from Phil's Comics, he thought it was awesome too. I got it. You know, sometimes the cover pops out. Yeah, I was a big fan of Morbius when I was younger, and this was just an awesome cover. Love it. And I honestly, I didn't watch the movie because I was afraid it would ruin it for me. So the next one is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. This is the second printing. I don't know why. I'm collecting it. I think I want to know more about the Spider-Verse, especially with the second movie coming out. So I've been following this, and I'm collecting all the comics. I need to get Edge of Spider-Verse 1, the variant cover with T-Rex or Spider-Rex. I got to get that. I don't know, a dinosaur that can spin webs. That's funny to me. All right, so first appearance of new Spider UK. So that's the importance. That's the key factor of this comic book. Now, and again, I love the art. It's creative. It's a little far-fetched with these characters, but it's supposed to be fun. So I like it. Now, this is my first time. I am 2 years late to this. Something is killing the children. I like the idea. I'm not a big horror guy, but I liked the premise, and I knew, and as soon as I heard about it, again, I am 2 years late to this. I jumped into comic books about 3-4 months ago, and all I hear is something's killing children. And then I finally asked my local comic book store, Brian, and he told me a little bit about the story. And I thought, well, that's a great concept. You know what? I am going to go start collecting. I believe this is the last issue. And here's the write-up. With over 2 million copies of the series sold to date, the first arc of Erica's mission in tribulation reaches its shocking conclusion in the milestone anniversary issue that Know Something is Killing the Children fan will want to miss. While Erica's blades are occupied with an entity unlike anything she's faced, she receives a phone call with tragedy on the other end of the line. As things look dire, someone Erica once saved may have to find unexpected help to return the favor. And this is a 40-page milestone issue. I am waiting to read them all. I haven't read this. I'm going to start from the beginning. In fact, it is one of the comic books I'm going to narrate on my channel on Galaxy of Comics. I've already got 6 issues of Darth Vader 2017 on there. I did the volume 1 with 6 issues. I got the volume 2 issue 7 ready to go, but I'm going to read this with you as like first time on air. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna show you my reactions as I'm reading these. Now, so it's Something Killing the Children. I got some ways to go, and I know these comic books. The first issue is like $1,000. I know there's some other prints of it. I'm probably gonna have to get one of the lesser prints. All right, so boom, Darth Vader, number 27. This is Darth Vader Volume 3. I believe it started in 2020. I think so. I've already read the first volume, or the second volume. I've not read the first volume yet. I'm actually going back and collecting these, so you'll see these a lot. And I have a few issues of this of the first 2 volumes. This is my first issue ever buying of the 3rd volume, so I got a ways to go on this. This is my collecting Darth Vader, my favorite character in Star Wars. Used to be Han Solo. I'm really getting into Darth Vader. This one reads, the alliance between Darth Vader and Sabe has always seemed destined for disaster. After all, how long can the Dark Lord of the Sith and the idealistic handmaiden of Padme Amidala find common ground. So as Vader and Sabe enter the final battle against the corrupt Imperial governor, something's going to break. Will it be Vader's cold resolve or Sabe's true heart? And how long until Ochi of Bastoon? For some reason it cut off. Anyways, this is interesting because I understand that Sabe was a handmaiden of Padme, and I am seeking out to become a doctorate in Star Wars, but I'm really just getting started. I didn't follow the extended universe. I always just watched and loved the movies. My favorite movie of all time is A New Hope. I love that. It was my earliest childhood memory. 4 years old, going to Star Wars in 1977. I went 3 times in the theater, and I was crying my eyes out when my brother went on a birthday party and got to see it for a 4th time. I was crying my eyes out, and I never got to see it until it was made for television. But hey, I am reliving it. I'm going back. I am collecting comics. I'm reading books. I am watching YouTube to become a doctorate in Star Wars. This is Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 3, number 27. Let's next one. I thought this was a great concept. Now, I've bought in other issues. Again, I'll probably do a video on just the Strange Academy, but right now I've probably collected about 7 or 8 issues of this. I like the Harry Potter of Marvel type thing. I actually started a book like 10 years ago, and I had this concept in my head. It wasn't Strange Academy. Mystical Arts was a superhero academy, but this is awesome idea. I love it. I can't wait to start reading it. I'm collecting the comic. Again, I'm going to start from scratch, read it. I know this run is done, so that's awesome. So I can read it all and get done with it. This will also be one of those videos where I narrate it, just like I'm doing the Darth Vader run. So again, this is time consuming. It's a lot of work, but I want it there archived forever. And my son, who's 6 years old, can enjoy me reading him comic books, as long as he ever wants to listen to me tell the stories. So, this is Strange Academy 3. This is Doyle Dormammu. I think he's son of I forget the name of him. Again, I'm just getting into this, but I know his father is a big character in the Marvel Universe. Is he head of the class? Anyone who has been to New Orleans knows that it's a magical place, but the students of Strange Academy are about to see it firsthand. Their first field trip as a class shows them a city and the stakes of what they're living in, ways that light a fuse that is going to blow up in a big way. No, that was poorly written. I don't know why they put anyways. So Strange Academy number 3. This is cover of Doyle Dormammu. Interesting character, man. I totally think this is going to be a television show or a movie. It's just made for it. Absolutely made for it, man. This is Marvel. Get your stuff together. Make a TV show of this. I can't wait to start reading it. I read snippets of it. I'm interested. It's got me hooked to where I'm actually buying the comics. I got Strange Academy number 5. The write-up on that is the founding of the Strange Academy came with some gigantic risks. So far, the students and teachers haven't felt the sting of those risks. That changes this issue. Something horrible is bubbling up in the bayous outside New Orleans, and the students of Strange Academy are going to have to wade in and uncover an evil that they are not ready to handle. I like this cover. Really good cover. Again, Strange Academy number 5. I did, however, think I was buying a different comic, but I ended up getting the variant cover of number 5. I'm not too thrilled of it, but hey, I'll start collecting some variant covers too. I actually paid more for this. Every comic here, I paid cover price. I did only pay $3. Well, it wasn't cover price for the first comic on the list. Spectacular Spider-Man 97. I paid like $5 for Spider-Man 62 or 622, and the rest are cover price, except for this variant cover. This was not. The Strange Academies were not in my local store. I went to Comics Present and Future, something like that. It was way away from home. I just happened to be on the other side of the town, and I just stopped in because I knew they had some of these. So this is what I got. Now that's it for today's or this week's haul. Thank you for listening. Stick with me as I get my doctorate in Star Wars. I get my Amazing Spider-Man number 300. That is what I'm shooting for. That's my first step into comic book glory on Galaxy of Comics. I'm your guide, Dave. Let's go. Cue the music.